Hello guys, welcome to another interview with one of our FTMO traders, and today we have Adrian from Ardsley in New York, US. Hi Adrian, how are you today?
Hey, how you doing, Vitek? I'm doing well. How are
Nice.
you?
Me too, thank you. So before we get to the interview, for those of you who don't know, FTMO is a prop trading firm, and we're looking for experienced traders who can manage our FTMO accounts with up to $200,000. So Adrian, here you've been with us since I believe April 2021. Yeah, it was early 2021. I saw you had many FTMO challenges, and currently you're managing $200,000 FTMO account. I believe you made a total profit with us of over $40,000, and just a few days ago we sent you a very nice profit split of over $30,000. So well done.
Correct. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Sure. So, could you give us a little bit more details on your background? Who are you? What do you do? And know how and when did you start trading?
Sure. So, I've been trading for 5 years now. My first introduction to trading was with stocks, penny stocks. Um, I remember how it started. I went for a FedEx interview
Mm.
and I was doing the orientation. And the guy that was doing the orientation said, "Oh, I remember when FedEx stock was at $10 and now it's at $120. So that kind of sparked some interest in my mind, what this guy was talking about. So, I did some research. I did some paper trading for like 1 week and then I
Okay.
thought I was ready. I put $10,000 into a stock trading account.
Whoa,
And
wait. So you did paper trading, and like after a week you put $10,000 in?
yes, because I wanted to be a millionaire so fast.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. And that $10,000 blew so fast. I think it took 4 months and then it was completely gone.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And at the time I was working a lot and I'd saved some money up. So I still had some money left. So I threw a next $25,000 in my stock trading account because that was how I was gonna get around the PTD rule because I wanted to day trade. So I remember the first trade, I made like $4,000, and then everything after that week, I just completely blew that account.
Mm.
So there after that, so that was gone completely, also in a matter of a week. So in the space of like 6 months, I was down $35,000.
Wow.
So yeah, so around COVID time, one of my colleagues at work, I hear him talking about Forex. And I'm like, what is this Forex? And then, I didn't really ask him what it was. I just went home and I did research myself as well. And I looked and I saw it was like kind of like stocks. I got a price chart, sells, buys, stuff like that. So I started to dabble into it. I threw $100 into a window account that gave me like 50-to-1 leverage. And I was making a little $20 here, $20 there. So I was intrigued about how I could get in and out
Yeah.
so fast. I
Okay.
didn't need any. I didn't need a 25,000, pattern day trader rule thing. So yeah, and then COVID that came, and then I don't know what I did. I took $10,000 off my credit card, and within 2 months, I grew that 10K to $55,000
Wait, so you
trading
take
for.
you took $10,000 of credit and you put it into a
Yeah,
trading account.
yes.
Okay, wow, that doesn't really sound like a wise trading advice at all. But
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
it seems it's pay off. It's paid off in the end.
yeah. I was just wild. I was just
Wow, yeah, that
wild
is pretty
stuff.
wild.
Yeah. So now that 55K, I remember one day I took a big loss on EURUSD, like 15,000. As a matter of fact, let me track back. I was making Instagram posts when I was making profits, and when somebody said to me FTMO, question sign, and I'm like, no, what's
What is
that?
that? Yeah.
What is that? That's like my real capital. So after that big loss on the Euro USD pair, I just got discouraged. I think my equity was down to like 40K. So I just completely took it out and I went back to stocks, put it back in my stock trading account. And it was over the weekend. I was looking into options. So I looked into options for like 2 days. 2 days. And then on Monday, I started trading options. And then in 1 week, that 40K was completely gone.
Were these binary options or normal options, puts and
Well,
calls?
options, puts, calls,
Okay.
stuff like that.
All
I
right.
think I bought a put. I did a put and it just, so I wanted it to go down. It just completely went up and in
Okay.
a week, $40,000 gone.
So you really tried it all. You started at stocks. You went through Forex. You went to options, and then I assume you came back to Forex. Just wanted to ask a quick questions.
Right.
How did you trade stocks? I mean, how did you decide? What was your strategy? Have you been reading the news reports? Were you looking at the revenues of the companies you were trading, or was it some technical analysis?
So with stocks, when I first started, there was no strategy. There was just no strategy at all.
Okay.
I would just buy and sell. I wasn't even looking at a price chart when I first started, to be honest. So there was no strategy. And as I went down the line, I think I was doing the whole news thing. So if the news was good, I would buy. And I was doing penny stocks. So if the news was good, I would buy. If it was bad, I would sell. Obviously, that didn't work out. There was no technicals or nothing involved. So yeah, no technicals at all. The technicals part really came with the Forex.
Mm-hmm.
Started like doing more research on YouTube and stuff like that and seeing how these guys do it. That's when I really started, dabbling into the technicals, and eventually I got a strategy, and yeah, it's been helping me out ever since.
All right. So let's just come back a little bit. So you said you were mentioning your trades on Instagram, then somebody mentioned FTMO, and you didn't know what FTMO meant at the time. So I guess you
Right.
checked and you
I
felt,
did check.
okay, might be worth a shot.
Correct. I checked. This was when all my capital was gone. I had no money saved up at this point. And I was just doing like $100 to $1,000 flips. I would some of those would like come out good. So I'd put $100 in my trading account, over leverage, go to 1,000. But that's just not sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying I need more capital, and FTMO was the way. Now you guys were like offering 100K accounts, 200K accounts, and all you had to do was be disciplined and apply risk management, and you could make some decent profits. So that's what really sparked my interest in FTMO.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So another thing I'd like to ask is, how did your strategy and overall your approach to trading changed since the time you started trading with FTMO until today? Like, is it still the same general strategy? I mean, relying on technicals, and are you trading the same instruments, or did something change completely?
Well, FTMO, it did change a lot of things to me. Taught me a lot about risk management. I would trade less volatile pairs. My favorite pair is EURUSD
Mm-hmm.
right now. So yeah, I'll trade less volatile pairs. I would like trade like a certain amount of pairs. I wouldn't like go trading 8 pairs at once. So that way I could like get a feel for the pairs, know how they move,
Mm-hmm.
and just get a proper way of trading
Okay.
the pair. Yeah.
So if I understand correctly, before you used to trade pretty much everything that moves, right? Now you're focusing at just, I don't know, few pairs that you really understand, and you stick to
Just
them.
pair. Correct.
Uh-huh. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I saw that you are trading pretty much during the whole day. So how many hours a day do you spend trading, or uh, uh, do you like trade every day of the week, or just in the mornings, or how do you do it?
Honestly, I look at the I look at the charts a lot. I look at the charts a lot. Um, I'll I will take maybe a trade during the Asian London session sometimes. Um, and the mindset for that is to get a so the mindset for that is to get a win in. So that way my daily drawdown is more.
Mm-hmm.
So actually going to the New York session, I can actually size up and have more drawdown. So that's how I look at it. So I always try to get a train around the London Asian session, get a small win, get the daily drawdown up, and then going into the New York session, I like to trade the EURUSD pair. So yeah.
Okay, okay,
Yep.
I see. One last question before we go to the next part of the interview. How did you really learn to trade? Did you have some mentor, some guru, or was it just YouTube, or did you pay for some education, or was it just testing and testing and testing?
No mentors, a lot of YouTube videos, Instagram stuff, some of those guys that's doing really good, and just a lot of chart time, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
chart time, a lot of studying, um, a lot of like learning from mistakes from like previous accounts that I failed, and yeah, that's how I did it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I
Yep.
think that just pretty much confirms what we hear all the time from successful FTMO traders. That yes, of course, I mean, taking education and watching YouTube videos is good. It's gonna help you, but still, without the experience of sitting in front of a screen, it's simply not gonna happen. You simply must take the time and sit it in front of the screens many hours.
Many hours.
All right. Well, thank you for the introduction. And now let's move on to the strategy part. All right. Here we are in the strategy part where we're going to be seeing how Adrian looks at the markets. So I can see that you've prepared the Euro USD pair, as you mentioned, probably your favorite one, and I think even your most profitable one. So if you could go ahead, please go and describe your strategy. How do you trade on Euro USD?
All right, sure. So I'll first look at the 4-hour chart because it's an intraday move. I'll maybe look at the daily, not a lot. It's like bigger swings, so I really like starting on the 4-hour chart. And then I like putting like boxes around supply and demand areas. So let's see now. Let's do around here, for example. So on this specific day, so we see price, kind of bought itself up, couldn't sustain, and then there was a big bearish candle.
Mm-hmm.
And then a next bearish candle right through this resistance level. So pretty much what I'm looking for is a retest in the area and for continuation on the way down. And I like using a 10 pip stop loss on EURUSD. That's why it's one of my favorite pairs. It's not too volatile, but when it moves, it does move. And how do I get the 10 pip stop loss? I use a Fibonacci tool. So let's see here now. All right. Is this the one? Nope. 1 second. Somewhere. Let's get the line chart.
Okay.
Oh, the fib from the last leg, the last impulse leg. So from here to here. And the line chart is showing the bodies that it closes on. It's not going to show the wicks. And when we go to the candles, you can see that. See that from the body to the next body. So this is the next part of my strategy. So right now, price broke through. It's below a 38.2% and it's below the 50%. So my mindset is, oh, if it can't break back up on the 38%, we're definitely gonna go for sells, and it's definitely gonna continue trending down.
Okay. Do you have some favorite Fibonacci levels that you're pay attention to?
Yes, I love the 23.6%. It gives me the most confirmation, and I like the 1.8%.
Okay.
These two give me the most confirmation. And so now we want to look at some technicals also. So what do we see? Price broke through this level right here, which was a recent resistance, right? So it broke through. So what we do, we wait for the retest in this area. We wait for the candles to wick out and give us a stop loss. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes stop loss is already like there. And this is a perfect example. So I'll use this wick as my stop loss right here. So if we come here and we put a short position, I'm looking to enter on the 38.2%, which is 1.10038.
Mm-hmm.
And this wick would be my stop loss right here. So this is how I say I use a 10 pip stop. I'll push it down a little. And then I'll just write the price down. So I'll probably take profits here because EURUSD, it's not giving 70 pips regularly. So me knowing that, I'd probably take 58 pips. So I'd probably take this and I'd be satisfied with that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you would send the take profit to that minus 61% level, right?
Yep. Yes. 58 pips on this pair, that's good enough for me. So yeah, I'll definitely take that. If I feel like it, maybe I'll, take some of the position off and let it run a little more. But that always goes against me, so I don't do that a lot. So yeah, so that's how I'll do that on that sell position, and I have a buy position here I would like to show you. And there was actually news that day, but what I find with the chart says, even if there's news, it's just gonna still respect the technicals no matter what.
Okay.
So, yep.
By the way, I can see some moving average in there. So do you consider that as well in your strategy?
Yes. This is a 50 EMA exponential moving average. So I like using it as an extra confluence. So if price is above,
Okay.
Below, it's just an extra confluence. And sometimes I'll throw on 200 also. You see, I got it like not on, not on right now. But yeah, so I don't really use it that much, but that's also a next confluence that I do use, but not a lot. So I'll just take it off there.
And by the way, the blue arrows, they point the bearish and the bullish candles, right?
Yeah, so these are fractal points. So pretty much telling me, hey, if price can close over this, like this specific area and hold, I'm going to buy. If price can't close over this specific area, I'm going to sell. So that's what that's pretty much telling me.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. So I actually caught this buy here on EURUSD, and I actually made some pretty decent profits on it. And I'm going to show you how I actually did it. So looking at the 1 hour chart, right? I see I have a previous support here. Put a box around that. Previous support, held, couldn't break through the box. And then we made like a higher high, which broke some structure right here. Right? So yeah, broke some structure. And I'm looking at this support as a stop loss.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where my fibs come in. My fibs helped me a lot. So I would do this. I like drawing it from the last impulse. And if I can't see the impulse, I use a line chart. So I'm going to draw from here to here. Right? Then I go back on the candles. So now remember I said I like the 23.6%. And me studying EURUSD a lot, knowing how this kind of moves, I know this gives out a 10 pip stop loss a lot, and then it likes to run. So if we look at this law right here, we go to the right, it's 109,351, right? And look at the 23.6%, 109,467. So that's roughly 10 pips. It's like 11. We're like, you can't say 10. So there was news that day. I think I got in before the news because I was anticipating this. So the news that came out, it was good, and the price had shot up. Well, you see, I was risking only 12 pips that day. And it wasn't, you know how you have those red folder news and you got the 2 minutes before, 2 minutes after?
Yeah.
It wasn't one of those news events. So I was pretty safe. So I had a stop loss here. It didn't hit it, and it just continued and shot up, and I made a nice, decent profit. I don't think I held it all the way up here. I think I got it around here, and that was like a 76 pip gain.
Okay.
And yeah, I made that.
Nice catch. So, by the way, you said you're usually using the 10 pip stop loss. How do you calculate the size of the position? So do you like always risk like 0.5% or 1% of the account, or how do you calculate the risk?
So if I'm really confident in the trade, honestly, I'll risk like a little more. So I think I was risking 3% on this trade, because a little more than 3%, because I had 35 lots on. So if my entry was 109.46, 10 pip stop loss, I would have lost $3,500, right?
Okay.
So I'd risk a little more on this trade because I was a little more confident. On the trades that I'm not so confident, I'll put like 10 lots, 10 pips. So that's like $1,000. So what's that, 0.5 or 1, something like that?
All right.
But yes.
So,
it's all about my confidence level also.
all right. You said you're using this 10 pip stop loss strategy mostly here on EURUSD. So does that mean that with each pair you have a slightly different strategy? You have to adapt the strategy to suit the behavior of that particular pair?
Correct. So I do take some trades on GJ, Great British Pound Yen, and that's a more volatile pair. So I'll make that stop loss like 20 pips, sometimes 30, because I know it moves a little more. It's a little more volatile, and the position size will be way less.
Okay.
So yeah, but the USD pair is like the one that I really stick to. So yeah.
All right. So, and have you been using this strategy for the past several months, maybe a few years, and it's just been working for you, or is this something new that you just discovered?
Yeah, I've been using this strategy for like 2 years now.
Okay.
I just like to like trial and error discovered it, and it's just been working. Sometimes I do get it wrong. Sometimes I'm not like right with, most of the times it works. Say 65% of the time it works.
Okay. Well, I mean, with this risk rewards ratio, 50 or 60% win rate is perfectly fine. So obviously you can see it does work for you pretty well.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, thank you for the showcase. And now let's go ahead and take a look into your account matrix. All right, here in your account matrix, first thing we see is the balance curve. So I can see the first thing is that you trade quite a lot. You had about 274 trades. So considering the fact that you trade manually, you don't use any EAs, that's quite a lot of trades.
It is. Yeah.
So again, how many hours a day do you usually spend trading?
Sometimes I'll be on the charts like a lot. I'll look at the charts on my cell phone. And I like this trading thing. As soon as I come home, I'm on the charts. Before I go to work, I'm on the charts. I know it's not the right way to go, but I'm still in that
Yeah, but
learning stage.
on the other hand, why would it not be the right way to go? I mean, you obviously like it, you're enthusiastic, and it's making you pretty good money. So I don't see anything wrong with it. Another thing that I can see is that around the 150 trade, you had quite a drop. You actually went slightly below the initial balance, but then you really shot it up again. So do you know what happened there?
What happened here? I think what happened was I lost a trade that day really bad, and I was trying to revenge trade and make back some profits, and I lost another trade, and the equity really went below. So yeah, that my psychology was really messed up this day.
Mm-hmm.
It
Okay.
just like take a break and reset and come back fresh. I don't think I would have dipped below here, and I think I would have had a nice smoother curve.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It
Yeah. I mean,
happened.
yeah. Revenge trading. We all know it, right? Who hasn't revenge traded at least once in his life? But again, good thing you made it back up. Now, if you
Yeah.
please could scroll down a little bit, let's see some of the more stats. So, maximum day loss, maximum loss, you stayed within those limits. Total profit was around 33 and $296,000. So, that's very nice. Now here, let's see the stats. So the reward to risk ratio is positive, which is super important, right? 1.15, and it is accompanied with a positive win rate of almost 55%. So that's actually pretty close to what you were mentioning. You said the strategy works for you about 65% of the time. So we can see that
Yeah.
your estimate was actually quite correct. All right. Okay. Now let's move on. If you could scroll, please, further. Let's see the stats at the bottom of the page. Okay, here we can see our trades. Again, a lot of EURUSD.
Yep.
All right. Now this is something that came pretty interesting to me. The open time hour. So this is in the Central European summertime. So 3 p.m. That's exactly the New York open time, and you can see it is by far your most profitable time to trade. So do you think there is like a reason why at this particular time at New York Open you get the best results?
Um. Nah, I'll just say I do understand the Euro USD pair better, and that's when the pair starts actually moving. So that's when I actually start placing trades. So
Uh-huh.
that's why it's showing that I'm the most profitable in that time period.
Okay, it makes sense. Yeah. So when the New York opens and the liquidity comes into your USD, it starts
Yeah,
behaving exactly the way you like it.
yeah, because you can't take a trade on Euro USD, Asian or London session and expect it to move. It will move sometimes, but most of the times, Euro USD is gonna move in the New York session. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Okay. All right. I think that's quite a valuable lesson for the end of this part of the interview. And let's move to the final one part, and let's talk about the psychology. All right. Final part of the interview, and let's talk about the psychology. So you mentioned that around half of your trading journey on this FTMO account, you did some revenge trading, which caused further losses. So is that something that you deal with quite often, revenge trading, or is it something that usually doesn't happen?
um, to be honest, it happens. It's been happening less to me. I'm still like growing as a trader, so I'm still trying to perfect this, and I don't know if there's like the word perfect is like a word you should use in trading because
Uh huh.
it's all constant learning curve. The market always has something new. It's, just you, using risk management and, coming in every day and applying yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point actually, and especially when it comes to psychology, I think we gotta keep in mind that we're still humans, and
Right.
like, can we really control our emotions like 100%? Is it even humanly possible to do that? So yeah, maybe chasing this perfection when it comes to psychology is something that cannot really be done. So that's a good point. Yeah, there's probably always going to be something that's we will probably always act based on emotions to some extent. So yeah, we can't really turn into robots. So that's a good point.
Yeah. Psychology's, I'd say 80% trading, and the rest is
Okay.
technical because anybody can draw a trend line, anybody can draw a Fibonacci retracement. But for instance, you saw how I took that loss and my equity curve dipped. If if I could control here that day and not revenge trade out of not dip so low, and everything would have been good. But it's my psychology was messed up, and I didn't know how to control that. So trading is a lot of psychology,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of you against your own self. And yeah, it's 80-20. 80% psychology, 20% technicals, at least to me.
Where do you think you have improved or changed the most when it comes to psychology? Because now you just said that psychology is 80% of trading. So if you want to become a good and a profitable trader, you really, really got to work on a psychology. So if you would compare, yourself now to, let's say, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 years ago, where do you think the biggest change would be regarding psychology?
Well, it was just me saying to myself, trading is a thing, and I really want to make it work. Why do I keep blowing these accounts? Why do I keep losing account after account? I do know how to trade, but what happens? Oh, I risk too much, then I blow my account. Why not just scale back, make those gains every day, and compound my account? Why just throw on a big lot size, trying to make a big profit in one day? Because that's just not sustainable. And that's what pretty much clicked in my mind. It took a long time, but it's starting to click now, and that's where my psychology really like changed the past few years, and that's what's been really helping me. So yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay, so you really had to like grow up and say to yourself,
Yeah.
okay, trading is not about becoming a millionaire overnight. It's
No.
about steady progress forwards, and you're not gonna
Yeah.
get rich over one night. Okay, I
Right.
think this is
Exactly.
yeah, I think this is a
Yeah.
super important thing to realize for all traders, for all the new traders, that trading is not something that's gonna make you rich quick, right? And that's the problem with trading as well, because a lot of these gurus on social media flexing with rented Lamborghinis, are gonna say to you, buy my course, you're gonna get rich in a week, but yeah, it's simply not gonna happen.
Right. Yeah, and looking at those Instagram things, it's like a blessing and a curse. It motivates you, but then what are you gonna do to forget it? You're gonna risk your account and blow it? You'll never make it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So you just be consistent, make those gains, compound your account, and then eventually it will come. Trust me.
I agree, 100%. Do you think trading changed you as a person, like, as well? I mean, outside of trading?
Yeah, definitely taught me a lot about myself. Um it's shown me that I'm like before I was like this impatient person that needed like instant gratification
Uh-huh.
without realizing that's not how life is. Takes time, takes steps, takes a lot of work, and that's how you're gonna see success and progress. It's not about instantly making a big profit. It's not how it works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and here I see another connection to the social media, right? I mean, with social media, you're used to like instant reward, instant dopamine whenever you open up, I don't know, Instagram or TikTok or Twitter. But
Yeah.
and you know, and then if you start trading, you expect the same thing. You expect to get like the reward immediately once you start trading, but that's simply not gonna happen. Yeah, and it might be pretty tough for people to realize that in the real world you're not gonna get the word like immediately, and you gotta work hard for it, and it's not guaranteed, the reward, and if you're gonna get it, you're probably gonna get it after a very long time.
Right, right. And some of those guys that's on Instagram flexing, it took them a lot. It took them a long time also. If what they have is real, probably took them a long time also, and
Mm-hmm.
they're like reaping the rewards of their benefits. So don't just think it took them a day, a year, 2 years. They put in the work. They got where they want it to be. So yeah, it's not an easy road. Stay focused, keep practicing. Trust me, you'll get there. I'm a testament. Blue 21 challenges, 21 challenges. And now I never gave up. And last 2 months I've been profitable, and I'm
Yeah.
very happy. And I hope
Nice.
to continue this journey.
Okay, and here you are. Okay, Adrian, thank you so much for being here today. It was a pleasure to talk to you. And before we separate our ways, if there's something that you want to say out there to the traders, or if you just want to say anything to anyone, now is our time.
If you're a new trader and you're not seeing results, don't give up. Just keep practicing. You'll eventually get there. Trust me. I'm a testament. Many other people that's been on this FTMO interview are testaments. Trust me, it's worth it. Put in the time, put in the work. You'll get there. Keep going. Good luck.
And that's FTMO.